Hello guys, it's Napoleon, your maths tutor. So today we're going to look at some simple equations. So we're going to look at evaluating the difference quotient for given function. So first thing we need to remember, you remember the first principle. When applying the first principle, when you are given a function f, let's say the function is f of x, which is equals to, maybe let's say x cubed, or okay, x squared, since we have x cubed right over here, so let's have x squared. So applying the first principle, you will first find f of x plus h. So knowing this rule, that's what we are actually going to find first. So we're trying to find the equation of f of x plus h, which here it will give us x plus h, both in a bracket squared. Then you can continue solving. This will give us it will be two brackets, yes. Then you FOIL, multiply throughout, what am I missing? This x and x. Okay, I have that, so it doesn't matter. Let's erase here. So in this case we are having this. So knowing the same rules, we will therefore use the same rules into solving these given equations or functions. So the first one, we are having the function x, f of x, which is equals to x or 4 minus x squared. So we are having a function for f of x. So what we need is to have a function for f of 3 plus h. So now we are trying to find f of 3 plus h. substitute where we actually see x, we substitute 3 plus h. Sorry, we done just a silly mistake. Okay, nice. X plus h both in the square, both in bracket square. So this doesn't have square, it's just x. Therefore we expand here and multiply throughout. Then after we multiply throughout here. Then we get the function of f of 3 plus h. Which will be h squared minus 3 h plus 4. Simple. Then since we have simplified and added the common then now we match the two. We now apply this, we go to this formula here, f of 3 plus h minus f of 3, which is all divided by h. Therefore now we want to find f of 3. So let's find f of 3. So we are having 4 minus 3 squared. You can put a parenthesis around the 3, or you can just leave it as it is. Then we are having 3 multiplied by 3, or you can just put parenthesis. That will give us, so let's check what does that give us. You can just use your calculator in calculating that. 3 multiplied by 3, then that will give us 4. So f of 3 give us 4. Then we are having our top part whereby we are having h. We are having h squared minus 3 h plus 4 minus 4, because we are having a negative sign from the formula, therefore it's minus 4. Yes, f of 3 give us 4, but because we are having a negative sign from the formula, therefore it will be negative, therefore it's all divided by h. We therefore we will be left with, sorry with that, I don't know where does that come from. So this will cancel, leaving us with this h squared multiplied by 3h divided by h, which will give us, so the next thing that follows, we actually supposed to find a common factor, take the common factor out, then we are left with h minus, okay, it's h minus 3. So here we are left with h minus 3 divided by h. Therefore, we know that h will actually cancel h. This h, let me use a different color, this h will cancel h. Therefore, we will be left with h minus 3 . So let me check for a few mistakes. So one mistake which I realize is that h is actually negative. So h was negative, h squared here was negative. From this we are going to get a negative h squared, making, so I made a mistake here, sorry. So that means even here h is negative, and even here this h is negative, meaning that our answer will be a negative h equals to, so with that mistake. So you can actually make a lot of mistakes with signs, so be very careful. So let's, since I don't have enough space, let me erase all of this. You can take your time, do the first and the second one, then see what you get, then you can compare the answers. So now we are moving to the second one, and number B. So right here we are having f of x where it's equal to x squared. Interesting. Just this more or less like the example I gave at the beginning of the video. This is a very nice example. So we are moving from x squared to f of b. So now we are trying to find the quotient of f of b plus h minus the f of b, which is divided by h. Therefore f of b will equals to b cubed. Very simple. So instead of x squared, we are going to have b cubed. Therefore, let's find f of b plus h. This will equal to, so where we have x cubed, we are going to have b plus h. So I'll place both of them in a in parentheses. So we having three parentheses multiplied through so we expand. That's a very important thing. So after expanding, then we start to multiply throughout. So it will be very difficult for you to multiply throughout while you didn't actually start by expanding the bracket. So we are going to have b cubed. So I'll just write the final answer, which is b cubed plus 3h so you must work it out. b squared, sorry, then we are having h, then plus 3b h squared, then plus h cubed. That's nice one. Then now we are having the formula of f plus f of b plus h. F of b plus h. We are having the formula of f of b plus h and the formula of f of b. So we are going to subtract the formula of f of b from the formula of f of b plus h. So we having b cubed plus 3b squared. It's quite a struggle writing, but things will get better with time. So most importantly is that you actually grasp the knowledge on how to solve these simple equations. So before I even write, I find something very interesting here. Oh, my line. Okay. Alright. Over H. So here's something which is interesting. We are with before we can even continue 3 and b to the power 3 and b negative b to the power 3 will cancel, leaving us with b squared to the power to multiply by h plus 3 b h squared plus 3 plus h and to the power 3, I mean. So challenging. So let's find a common factor. So our common factor is h. Did I make any mistake over there? Okay, no, I didn't make any mistake. Therefore, let's continue. Let's find the common factor, which is h. So we are going to have 3 to squared plus 3b h. Then we will have plus h squared, since we are having h as a common factor. Close parenthesis, which we are dividing by h. Therefore, h will cancel h, leaving us with what we are having in the parenthesis over there. So we are having 3b squared plus 3b multiplied by h. Oh, these videos are becoming very long due to my struggle trying to write. So I'll try to find a very alternative, efficient alternative way of writing, but here is it. Here's the answer for question number B. So we will find the formula for f of b, which was b to the power 3, and we find the formula for f of b plus h, which gave us b to the power 3 plus 3 b to the power 2h plus 3 b multiplied by h squared plus h cubed, and we cancel common factors, and we find a common factor. We take out a common factor, we divide Up here we divide, we added the common factors, and here we take out the common factor, therefore giving us our very lovely answer down here. So you can go through and continue. I hope this is actually the answer you also got. So you can check your answer. And you can also pause the video. Try to work out number C and see what you're actually going to get. So for number C, we are having our f of x, which is equals to 1 over x. Our f of x equals to 1 over x. Very simple. Oh, why did it do like that? Sorry for that. It actually even delays me. So f of x equals to 1 over x. So first thing we are going to, since we have f of x, that's the first thing in the formula given. So now we are trying to find f of b. So f of b equals to 1 over b, because f of b, in f of b we replace x with b. So when we see x, we put b. Therefore, we're having our formula f of x and f of b. Now, let's use the formula. Let's plug this in the formula. Subtract 1 over b, which we divide by x minus b. Nice. So this is our f of x. Or it's rather our quotient, not f of x. So we're going to find a common factor. So here we try to find a common factor. So we try to find a common factor between 1 over x and 1 over b. So our common factor is going to be x multiplied by b over b minus x. So how did I get this answer? Or all divided by x minus b. So here's what's happening. So let's look at 1 over 2 minus 1 over 3. So trying to find a common factor, let me use a different, let me use red. So trying to find a common factor here, we will multiply 2 and 3, 2 and 3. So we will say how many times does 3 goes into 3, it goes, okay, 3 will actually cancel 3, then we'll be left with 2 multiplied by 1, that will give us 2, minus 2 will cancel 2, and we're left with 3, and 3 minus or subtract, and 3 subtract 2, so this is the same as this. I don't know if I explained correct, but this will 3 will cancel 3 and 2 will cancel 2, leaving us with the other factor. So let me erase this. This was just for example on how we got, because what's important is how we actually got the answer. So now we are having this, which is multiplied by this, but it looks so quite complicated, so we'll try to make it simple. So we have b minus x divided by xb. So we're going to multiply. You know, when you divide, you can multiply it. It's just you can reciprocate it into, you can reciprocate division into a multiplication. Therefore, this was over x minus b was over 1. Now we are putting it under 1. Then since it's multiplication, we can either multiply throughout or take out negative or 1 from b minus, then we are going to have x minus b, which is in bracket divided by xb. So we are trying to make it simple in such a way that it may actually divide. You know, when we are actually multiplying, we normally look for factors which can cross out or cancel out. Therefore, by doing this, we are making it simple for ourselves, so we can actually say this will actually cancel with this. Since they are the same, then we will be left with negative 1 over xb. Then this side we are only having 1 over 1. So you know, when you are multiplying with 1 over 1, nothing changes. Always when you multiply with 1, nothing changes. Therefore, our answer, okay, let me write it different since I don't have space. So our answer is negative 1 over xb. So the last one, I'm leaving it to you guys, that you may actually do it, and I will come on it on the next I will do it on the next episode. So let me leave the difficult one for you guys, and thank you for watching. So much appreciated. Thank you.